So
Because Raphael's
Asmodeus
a good guy, man.
So Asmodeus has killed 7 of her husbands on their wedding night, which is something that is shameful too. So what happens is Sarah's father during the night when nobody's able to see buries them in his backyard. Okay, which is another interesting aspect of this whole thing. Now, the conflict about it is like after being blinded by sparrow droppings, Tobit sends his son Tobias uh, to Midia to recover a large sum of money. Now, simultaneously, Sarah prays for death in her despair, and God sends the archangel Raphael to help. Now, Raphael, disguised as a human who's named Azariah, accompanies Tobias. And under instructions from Raphael, Tobias uses the liver and heart of a fish to drive away the demon Asmodeus and marry Sarah. Okay.
Yep.
So that's how that story goes. So Tobias, Sarah, and Raphael, after that, return to Nineveh, where Tobias uses the gall of the same fish to heal his father's blindness. And Raphael then reveals his true identity before he leaves. And that has nothing to do with alchemy whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. Same century, same everything. So the goal of the fish did not cure anybody of blindness. And my favorite part about that story is the fish tried to eat Tobit's foot. Like he put his foot down under the water, and this huge fish, this was a huge fish, came up and tried to eat his foot, dude. I love that.
It was just eating its dead skin off of his foot.
And we were probably talking about something like a pike, considering the region. And pikes can be quite vicious, can't they?
Well, I doubt if the fish actually existed, Mark. Just.
So, I'm going to push you back on the point you mentioned a while ago that regular Jews do not bury the dead.
Mm-hmm.
They do. Burying the dead is not reserved. It's not a duty that's reserved only to the priest, right?
Mm-hmm.
An example is in the case when Jesus died, right? Joseph of Arimathea, he wasn't a priest. He's just a regular Jew. He came in and asked for Jesus' body, and he went and he buried it under his own tomb. So, yeah, like I was saying, even in the old Jewish tradition, burying of the dead is a work of mercy. Okay, back to the content of the Book of Enoch. So we were saying, Azazel,
Okay.
we're saying he's the horned one.
Okay, I got that actually to clear that up. It's not unclean. It's actually governed by specific and strict rules. They're called the Tuma. It's ritual impurity versus sin, basically. It wasn't a sin. It's not a sin to touch dead body. It's in fact, it's caring for the dead and providing a proper burial is considered one of the highest acts. The unclean state is touching a corpse. It made an individual ritually impure for 7 days. Okay, now.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, in medieval Europe, wasn't it a tradition that gravediggers weren't allowed to be buried within a cemetery because they were considered to be unclean or spiritually unclean?
It would make sense because impurity was usually caused by touching, carrying, or even being in the same room. You know what I mean? As a corpse. That was one thing. And then the purification rite. In order to do that, in order to become clean again, a person had to be sprinkled with water mixed with the ashes of a red heifer on the 3rd and the 7th day. And then after that, until purified, the person was barred from entering the temple and participating in certain religious sacrifices.
So,
Yes, there's the specific or burial custom that they have to follow. So I mean, so how do you balance that? Just basically you are sacrificing yourself when you're doing this work of mercy, right?
Well,
So so what if you become unclean after you bury a dead body? So you stay yourself out of.
from the story that I took from it, he wasn't doing the rituals properly, and he ended up getting exiled because of like not obeying the rituals of doing it. He would just go around burying dead bodies that he'd seen on the road, and he wouldn't go through the rituals that he was supposed to go through.
but presumably, if he's stumbling across bodies, just lying about, just there would be some level of rigor mortis and
Like the Kohims, they're not allowed. They're completely forbidden from touching any kind of dead bodies, any corpses, except for their immediate family members.
any dead body.
Right. Yeah, the only ones they can touch is their immediate family members.
I'm sorry, not dead bodies, but dead humans. See, I'm just thinking food.
Yeah.
If you're going to have
Okay.
if you're going to have
All right, guys,
let's say,
stop digressing. Get back to the content. So we're talking about the two angels.
Do you still have the article to share so I can put it on the stream?
Which article?
The one that you had on
the one
before.
they would display in.
Was I not? Am I not sharing? Oh, I'm not sharing. Okay.
Yeah, sure, and I'll pop it up. Let's see, we actually getting some good intellectual stuff coming out of this.
Yes,
Tant.
Is that it?
There we go. It's coming. Hold
Got
up.
it?
Give it a second. It's black right now, but it should pop up.
How about that?
It's a black screen. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. Now we're back on track.
So we were going to names of the angels who have fallen. The Azazel is mentioned in the Bible, but Semzaza is not.
Now the Semjaza, I have the guy who led the revolt against the Romans during during
No,
the
no, the
Jewish.
Maccabee is the one that read the book.
Hold up.
Different people. We're talking about these fallen angels. Those are the other guys are the human.
Well, he was given a surname that goes according to Simjaza. Like you know how when people were made into heroes, they were given like specific names that goes with it.
Where do you find, because it's not part of the Bible, that Maccabee was renamed Semzaja?
Hold up.
Where do you find that information?
Simjaza. It's been like I said, it's been a while since, and I can't actually fall back on it anymore because a lot of my stuff got wiped. So I'm kind of having to
He is, according to the Book of Watchers, he's the leader of the fallen angels. But so wouldn't that correlate him to Lucifer?
Not really, because like when it comes to masonry, the whole thing when it comes to like learning like cosmetics and stuff like that comes to that's in Freemasonry when it comes to the pillars and what's his face you remember the story of what was his name? He was the one who created the temple.
You mean Solomon?
No, it was in Freemason's story where he was the guy who created who sent his workers to create the Temple of Solomon. About
What are you talking about? Freemason?
Freemasons.
Masonry is something very new.
Everything that's written here is within the Freemasons' doctrine. Actually, they adopted most of this. Now,
yeah, but the Freemason came way after part of the American history, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing that's so weird about it is the fact
That's so much later.
All of this correlates with the actual Book of Enoch. It's pathetic.
But okay, so if the Book of Enoch equates Semjaza to the leader of the fallen angels, then he's got to be the Enochian version of Satan, then, because in the Book of Revelation, Lucifer was the leader of the fallen angels that he later renamed to Satan.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Semjaza is a fallen angel and the leader of the Watchers, which is Grigori. And that would be in the Book of Enoch. Now, he is famous for leading 200 angels down to earth. Now, according to legend, he was punished by being suspended upside down in the sky, becoming the constellation of Orion. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Now, the leader of the most famous Jewish rebellion against Rome, that would be Bar Kokhba revolt in 132 to 136 CE. He was the military leader who I'm referring to, and he was he established an independent Jewish state for 3 years before being defeated by Hadrian.